Okay. So the topic for today is your Earth's magnetic field. Like why Earth acts like a magnetic field, and if Earth acts like a magnetic field, then how we will find out the value of Earth's magnetic field at any point on the Earth's surface. This is what we are going to discuss today, and then at the end we'll discuss some questions also asked in your paper. Okay. So see here. So what we have seen in the last class is this here. We have seen that you always need a okay. So we have seen that we always need a current carrying loop. If you have a current carrying loop, then this current carrying loop will always act like a magnet. We'll have north and south like this. Okay, so we have seen this. That current carrying loop always acts like a magnet. This concept we have already seen. Done. So we always need a current carrying loop, and that will act like a magnet. Even in a bar magnet, I told you why this bar. What is the meaning of bar magnet? I've discussed with all of you in the last class. Because there also each atom will act like what? A circular loop. And know the story. At the end, it will act like a solenoid, and then you will get the magnet. So the basic requirement for any object to exhibit magnetic behavior is there should be a presence of magnetic field there. So there should be a presence of this electric current loop. Even in Earth, in case of Earth, what happens? Keep your muted यार आप लोग म्यूट रखना अपने आप को से रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू a second. Okay. So even in case of Earth, what happens? If you go very inside, let's say if you're working very inside in Earth, right? So what happens? There also you will get molten materials. Means what? You will have ions. And when this Earth will rotate, they will also rotate. They will also form a circular current like this. There also, or you can have some convection current also. What happens now? Due to evaporation, they will rise and they will come back. Like gases, they will go up and they will come back. So what happens? It will form what current? This is called convection current. You have seen in heat and thermodynamics also the meaning of convection. You have three types of what you call heat transfer. One is what? Conduction, convection, and then radiation. Right. In convection, what happens due to the molecules just straight away, like they carry the things and then go up and they then come back. Right. Is what happens. So here also what happens inside Earth, what happens due to molten state. Like, the ions will be in molten states, so they will go up and they'll come back. They'll form a convectional current here. Due to these currents, you will find that even Earth will exhibit a magnetic behavior. They will also exhibit magnetic properties. Now, the behavior of Earth's magnetic field can be explained by assuming that there is a presence of a bar magnet placed well inside the Earth, like this. You can see it's a bar magnet placed well inside the Earth's surface. The property exhibited, the magnetic properties exhibited by Earth can be explained by considering a magnetic dipole, or you can say a bar magnet placed well inside the Earth. By the way, there's a fixed value of this bar magnet. Sorry, dipole moment of this bar magnet is fixed. You can always refer to SI Verma. I don't know the exact. I don't remember the exact value of magnetic moment of the Earth's magnetic dipole here. What I'm trying to convey here, the behavior of first of all, why Earth will exhibit magnetic properties? The reason is very simple. Well inside the Earth's surface, what will happen? Temperature will be very, very high, due to which you will have molten what you call atoms here. So we'll get ions basically. So those ions will become in vapor, will go in vapor phase, they will go up and they'll come back. So what will happen? They will form a convection current here. These currents will give rise to what? Magnetism. So Earth will also exhibit magnetism. If you're standing on the Earth's surface somewhere here, let's say, okay, and if you keep a magnet, the magnet will, if you take a compass, right, the needle of the compass will always align in a particular direction. Why? The reason is these field lines. The magnetic lines always gets the needle of the compass will always get aligned along the direction of this magnetic field, whatever you have here. Definitely, Earth is exhibiting magnetic properties. You can see the effect also with the help of magnetic compass here. You'll see some forces acting over it. If you go to different point, what will happen? The behavior of the movement will change. So all these things can be explained by considering the fact that yes, Earth also exhibits magnetic behavior. Then, but then how we can explain the things? What is the theory? We have developed some theory also. So now what happens? All the magnetic properties found on Earth surface due to this Earth itself can be explained by considering a magnetic dipole placed well inside the Earth. Like this is North Pole and South Pole. There's no such magnet. There's no such magnet. This is an imaginary picture. This is an imaginary picture. There is no such magnet inside the Earth. All the properties of this, all the magnetic properties of Earth can be exhibited by considering a magnet. By considering, there's no, in reality, there's no magnetic. There's such bar magnet placed inside. And you will have a magnetic moment also for this. Obviously, it's like a dipole. You know, we have discussed this. You can see this. There's a minus M charge. There's a plus M charge, and then we can discuss. So now, once we said that there is a presence of bar magnet well inside the Earth. So now we have to understand the properties of this magnetic dipole, which is giving the Earth's magnetism. Now, see here. You will have one axis of rotation. This is given here. This is one axis of rotation. Straight line. This is your axis of rotation of the Earth. Earth tilt means what? The axis about which Earth is making the rotation. So you have one axis. This is so you have one. See, it's written also geographic North Pole and geographic South Pole. If you connect these two, you'll get a line. What is this line? This line is basically the axis of rotation. This line is basically the axis of rotation for this Earth. Omega. Let's say omega. You know the meaning. How you can calculate omega also. 2 pi over 24 hours, right? You can convert into seconds and you can get the exact value of omega, angular velocity of the Earth rotation. This is what here. This is basically based on the how we receive the sun rays on the surface of the Earth. We have decided this. So I will not go in detail of geography at this moment. Just understand this thing that this axis of rotation, this Earth tilt is basically this straight line is basically the axis of rotation for Earth. With respect to this axis only, this Earth is rotating. This is what you have. Now it is found that the magnetic dipole which we are writing for this Earth makes some angle with this geographic axis, and this angle is very, very small, around 11.5 degree. Very, very small. It's very, very small. So you know one thing here, I'll tell you. So see here. So where it touches, this axis touches the Earth at some point. This is called as magnetic North Pole. This is called magnetic South Pole. These nomenclatures are very, very important here. Here you have magnetic North Pole, magnetic South Pole. Now, you know that perpendicular to this Earth tilt, you will have an equator. You will have an equator. This is your geographic equator. Perpendicular to this magnetic axis also, you will have a equator. That is called as what? Magnetic equator. This magnetic equator divides the entire Earth into two hemispheres, here and here. The hemisphere lying on this side of magnetic north pole is called as northern hemisphere. This is called as southern hemisphere. A very, very important nomenclature. This line will divide this entire Earth into two hemispheres. The hemisphere which will contain the magnetic north pole or Earth's geographic north pole. This hemisphere is called as what? Geographic or northern hemisphere. Sorry, northern hemisphere. This is called as a southern hemisphere. This is how we define. This is a nomenclature. You should not miss out here. And at the same time, why we have written here magnetic north pole? The reason is when we take a freely suspended magnet, let's say here, what will happen? It will get aligned in this direction. So north pole of the magnet will point here. Why? Because south pole will attract here. That's the reason. Since a freely suspended magnet is pointing towards north pole of the Earth, that's why we call it as north pole. But then Earth south, the magnet of Earth will have a south pole close to this. Then only it is attracting this, no? All these things you have there. Again, the magnetic field has a closed curve, so it will originate from north, it will terminate at south. So this is how we consider the magnetic behavior of Earth. Again, I explain you in a simpler words, and then we'll see other things. Let's say if we ask you to calculate the magnetic field here, how will calculate here? What is the meaning of dip and all? I'll discuss all the things. I'll just review the concepts again here. This year. First concept: Earth exhibits magnetic properties. Why? The reason is, if you go inside the Earth, you will have molten ions here. These molten ions will be in vapor phase. They will go up and they will come back. Right? So when they go up and come back, it's called convection. They will form convection currents due to these currents. So what is the answer? Answer will be your convection currents. And they have already asked this question in NEET at least twice here in last 10 years. Convection currents. Obviously in CT Comet they can always ask you. So convection currents is responsible for giving the current loop, and due to this current loop you will have the magnetic behavior of Earth, magnetic properties of Earth. This is the first thing. Second, what is the model? Do we have any model with the help of which we can explain the Earth magnetic properties on the surface of the Earth? Yes, we have a model here. What is the model here? We consider a magnetic dipole placed inside the Earth. By the way, there is no such real magnet placed inside the Earth. It's just an imaginary concept. We are trying to develop a model. With the help of this model, we'll be able to explain all the magnetic behavior of Earth available in the surrounding of this Earth surface. It's just a model. There is no such real magnet inside the Earth there. We're just creating a model to explain all the magnetic properties of this Earth magnetism on the surface of the Earth. So what we consider here? We consider a bar magnet placed inside the Earth. One end of this will be close to the North Pole, geographic North Pole. Obviously, we'll have a axis of rotation of the Earth. The axis of rotation will cut at 2 points. One point we call as what? The geographic North Pole, and one point we call as what? Geographic South Pole. Right. This nomenclature is basically based on how we receive the sun rays on the surface of the Earth. That's geography. I will not going. It's a nomenclature. Should always keep. The Earth will always have an axis of rotation. It rotates about this axis. Now, this magnetic dipole, which we are considering here, will make some angle with this axis of rotation of the Earth. This angle is 11.5 degree. Why? The reason is very simple, because the behavior what we find on surface can be explained only when we consider the magnetic dipole like this. By the way, this angle keeps changing here. Even the poles keeps changing, but at present it takes what you call 10,000 years to change reverse. Okay, and like almost every year there is some amount of change in this angle also. So NASA publishes that as a what you call a journal where they explain all the big changes in what happened from the past year. Previously, like what, let's say today, whatever in this year, whatever like we have the angle, everything about the Earth's magnetism, next year it will change. So that will be published by NASA. They publish every year. They publish. But right now, it will take large amount of time to increase this angle and reverse this 10,000 years. So obviously, this change will be very, very less. If you find, let's say 10 years back, if you find some book, they made at this 11 degree. Now today it has become like 11.5 degree. Or 30 years, out of 40 years, it may become 11.7 degree also. That keeps changing every year. So we don't have to bother about these things. At this moment, at the current situation, this is what we have, approximately. So the end, which is pointing towards the geographic north, that is basically the south pole of the magnet, and the end, which is pointing towards the south pole, is the magnetic south. But then, so this north pole is pointing. The reason, see how we assign here south and north of this magnet, Earth's magnet. If we take a fully suspended magnet, it will always try to align itself along the direction of the magnetic field. So you will have north and you will have south. This is how the magnetic dipole will get aligned. So this end is this is basically the north pole of the magnetic north. It's called magnetic north pole. But on this side, you will have the south pole of the magnet. This is the model which we have developed, and the magnetic field is there. Okay. Okay, done. Now, if you draw a line perpendicular to this will be your geographic equator here. But if you draw a line perpendicular to magnetic axis like this is your magnetic equator. But while solving questions, whether it's a question of JEE, NEET, or any examination, we will not consider this effect that we have some small inclination between them. I'll tell you the reason why. Please hear. Theta is what? L by R. Theta is L by R. Right? So this theta is very, very small. You consider in radians, this theta is very, very small. And this R is used. This R is used. Right? So what will happen if you have so this length will become very, very small, or the theta will also be very, very small for that reason. Okay. So what will happen? These 2 points will almost overlap here. Will almost overlap here. That's the reason. So for solving numericals, we will treat that almost this magnetic what we call axis and geographic axis, they are almost coinciding. But theory we are studying like this, but while solving numericals, we will find that they consider almost to be same. Now, please hear. As most of you have already studied in school this topic, so I'm asking a very simple question to with all of you. That is, how you define horizontal, because you have studied a horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. This is what you study in school examination, in school what you go syllabus. Sorry. So I'm asking a very simple question. Let's say if I ask you how you define the horizontal at any point. Let's say I have taken a point here. This point is close to Earth's surface. So how you define the horizontal here at this point? Can anyone define the horizontal at this point? I have taken any reference point about the Earth's surface. This is what I have taken. I am asking you how you define the horizontal at this point. Tell me, what is the meaning of horizontal at this point? A very simple question to all of you. Please tell me. You can reply in the chat box if you know. I have taken a point just above the Earth's surface here. I'm asking you how you will define the horizontal at this point. You can answer in the chat box here if you know the answer. If you know the answer for this question. Because this topic is already done in your school, right? So I'm asking a very simple question. I have taken some answers.
Sir, tangent to the magnetic field.
tangent to the magnetic field. No, yeah, that's not the answer. You can answer. I have asked a very simple question to all of you. Again, I'll repeat my question if you want. Sorry. The question is very simple. I have taken a point just above the Earth's surface. At this point, I'm asking you how you define the horizontal and the vertical. First, horizontal. I have asked you about horizontal. How you define horizontal? What is the meaning of horizontal at any point above the Earth's surface? Okay, one more answer is coming. I'm not getting the exact answer till now. No one has given the exact answer till now. Nisha has given it almost, but it's not complete answer. फहद आई ऑलरेडी शेयर्ड द फहद आपके व्हाट्सएप में मैंने पूरा मटेरियल शेयर कर दिया है, ठीक है ना? यू डोंट हैव टू टेक द स्क्रीनशॉट्स. आपको मैंने पूरा मटेरियल शेयर कर दिया उधर ग्रुप आपके व्हाट्सएप में फहद, ठीक है?
ओके सर.
ओके, चलो ठीक है, सब कंफ्यूजिंग आंसर आ रहा है. लेट्स सी द आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन. यार मैं आपको आंसर करता हूँ. चलो देखो, चलो अब आंसर नहीं करो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. यू हैव गिवन द आंसर्स. लेट्स सी द आंसर फ्रॉम माय एंड नाउ. प्लीज सी इट. सी क्या होता है ना, सी हियर, दिस वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आज फील लेके जाना है इस चैप्टर इसका. इनिशियली यू मे फील लाइक कुछ वियर्ड पढ़ा रहा हूँ मैं. लास्ट में आप सबको समझ में आएगा. और सारे क्वेश्चन आपके सामने जेई और नीट के मैं बना के दिखाऊंगा. सारे क्वेश्चन थर्ड ग्रेड क्वेश्चन होते हैं. बट यू हैव टू बी वेरी कंसेप्चुअली साउंड यार. At this point, what do you do? You draw a tangent. You draw a vertical from here like this. It'll hit the surface somewhere here. You draw a perpendicular from here straight away. You know the meaning of perpendicular, na? Center is here. So you have to draw the line which will connect this point which you're talking about to the center of the earth. It'll hit this surface somewhere. At that point, draw a tangent. Draw a tangent. Now the line from here, which is parallel to this tangent line, this is called as horizontal line. This is called as what? Horizontal line. And this is called as what? And this is called as, this line is called as vertical line. Is clear to all of you now? How to define the horizontal and vertical at any point near to the Earth's surface? Take that point, connect that point straight away with the center. That line will give what? That line will give you the vertical line for this reference point. And then wherever you cut the Earth's surface, there you draw a tangent, there you draw a tangent, there you draw a tangent. Now this tangent, parallel to this tangent, you draw a line at this point, this will become the horizontal. So now you have a clear understanding of vertical and horizontal at any point near to Earth's surface. Okay? Hope whoever answered now you got the thing here, you can reply yes in chat box if you have got this now. Like Viva answered, Nisha answered, right? So hope you got the clear understanding of how to draw the vertical. Yes. Okay, so now I hope everyone is understanding the real meaning of horizontal and vertical here. Okay. So this is what here. The second. Yeah, this is what here. Now I will try to teach you the meaning of magnetic meridian and geographic meridian. Let's try to understand. See here. If we take this point, and this point, which we are discussing right now, we can draw like this. No, we can draw lines like this. From here also, we can draw a tangent line like this. Okay, we can draw a tangent line like this. So basically, what I'm telling you here. Now, if you draw a plane here, a second. See here. Let's say if I'm talking here at this point, let's say I'll take some point. Let's say here. You can see that here the net magnetic field is pointing in this direction. This is the net magnetic field direction at this point, at this particular point. This is what you have. Now, if I join this point from center, And then at this point, we draw a tangent to the surface. Same line will draw a parallel here. So you can see that we'll get two components now. One component will be in this direction, and one component will be in this direction. This angle is called dip, and this plane will contain this line also. This line and these lines. Okay, you can always contain a plane which will pass through this. This is the plane by the way. This is the plane which will contain this line also. 100% will contain this plane. Because it's parallel, this is, you can see that this, so this magnetic field line, so what you see here, this is called as horizontal component, is called vertical component, and this is called as dip. Again, I explain here, see. At any point, what you have here, you will have a vertical that will point towards center of the earth. And then wherever it cuts the x-axis, surface of the earth, there you can draw a tangent. Parallel to this, you can draw a line like this. And then here, you will find a vector which you can resolve in two components. So this is a plane. This is basically a plane. This plane is called as what? This plane is called as magnetic meridian. Magnetic meridian. If anyone is having doubt in this magnetic meridian, you can ask her. And this angle with the vertical is called a dip. It's called a dip. If anyone is having doubt here, please ask her. So with the horizontal, they call as dip. Sorry, not with the vertical. With the horizontal, this angle they call as dip. Sorry. This angle they call as what? Dip. Again, I'll explain you, please here. If you have any point, let's say if you take this point now, at this point you can always draw a line, will pass through the center. This line is called as a vertical line here. It will hit the earth surface somewhere here. At this point you can draw a tangent, and then parallel to this you can draw a line from here. So you get two lines here. All right, you get two lines. So you will always get a plane. This plane will also contain the magnetic axis. Okay. This plane is called as what? Magnetic meridian. So what will happen? Net magnetic field you have like this. This angle is called dip. Sorry, with the horizontal, this is called dip. Let's say theta, or let's say delta, whatever. So let net magnetic field is V vector. So what is the BH? BH will be what? BH will be V cos theta. And what is your vertical component? It will down. It will be B sin theta. V vertical will be B sin theta. This is how we get the magnetic field value at any point on the Earth's surface. This is how we define the dip. Now, please see next. Now, what is the meaning of declination? Let's try to understand this. Let's say this is your Earth surface. This is your Earth surface. This is your Earth surface. And you're standing here. You are standing here. Right. So now, you know the meaning of north facing, right? Normally, if you go to buy any apartments, okay, and let's say if you're a Hindu, so what happens? Normally, Hindus, what is they do? They say, "Na, north facing. We will always buy a home which is north facing." Means what? Door should open towards north, right? होता है ऐसा, सब करते हैं. एक पता नहीं क्या कल्चर मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन मैं भी हिंदू, मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन रीजन होता है कि they शुभ बोलते हैं उसको. They take north facing. So you know that at every point you know the meaning of north, right? Sunrise जहाँ होता है उसको north facing बोलते हैं. North facing. So at any point you can always draw a plane which will contain this. Let's say you have a, I'll draw a room like this. This is what here. So let's say this is your north facing. Means what? This door, you have a door here which will open towards north. This plane is called as geographic meridian. Why? Because this will always contain that north-south axis of Earth rotation. This is geographic north-south. This plane is called as what? Geographic meridian. And let's say this is the plane that we have. Let's say at this point we got this as the magnetic meridian. This plane, what you see here, this plane, what you see here is your magnetic meridian. This is your magnetic meridian. This is your magnetic meridian. Magnetic meridian. Now, this is the angle that you will get. This is the net magnetic field. What you're getting a B net, B vector. This is your sub. Let's say dip delta. They write theta here. They have written theta, so I can write all theta. Okay, so you will get one component this side. So what will get? BH equals to what? BH equals to B cos theta, and this vertical will be your B sin theta. BB. And the angle between these two planes, this is what you have. They have written phi here. This is called declination. Hope this is clear to all of you. If you want, you can take a screenshot for this figure if you want. It's not available in the screenshot. In the PDF. Let's say you're not able to understand. Again, I'll explain this concept to all of you. Please hear. It is slightly confusing, but I will try my level best. At the end, definitely each one of you will say that I have followed. Please hear. I have a point on the Earth's surface. At this point, we know that you can see the field lines here. How will you get direction of the magnetic field here? By drawing a tangent to the magnetic field line. This will give you the magnetic field direction at this point. Now, what you can do, you can join the center with this. This will give you the vertical at this particular point. Now draw a tangent here and same draw a line parallel from here like this. So what will happen here? This will give you the horizontal line and this is the vertical. So now you can draw a plane which will contain this. So now this will make some angle. This angle is called as what? Dip. This is called as a dip. So if you take, let's say this is B, this is your some value. Okay, this is let's say theta. This is your BH, B cos theta you will have it, and this will be your B sin theta. B vertical will be your B sin theta. This is what you get. So at any point, this is how you define. Okay. Can you see one thing? When you draw the horizontal here, okay, this is what here. Now, by the way, you know that this always points towards north-south direction. No? The 3D view is a 3D view. See, at this point, if I draw a tangent, this tangent is basically what? North-south direction. Right. So if we draw this and this is called a horizontal component, this is called a vertical component, right? So the net magnetic field what you have here is giving one component in horizontal direction, one component in the vertical direction. Right. But this is coming above this line only, na? Above this line only you are getting this. So how we measure this? Okay. So let's try to understand this with the help of a video here. आपको मैं video दिखाता हूँ. You'll get more clarity here. I think you will get more clarity with the help of this video. Just a second. See here. This is called as a dip circle. This device, what you see here, is called as a dip circle. This is called as dip circle. This needle can rotate 360 degree over this. Okay. Now, if this becomes a straight, You know the meaning of magnetic compass here. We have calibrated in such a way that if this becomes straight, basically it is pointing in the north-south direction. It's pointing in the north-south direction. That's the meaning. Okay. But then this is not exactly north-south. Again, I'll repeat. What does the meaning north-south here? This was Earth, na? So if you are working here, you have the vertical direction, you have the horizontal direction. Net magnetic field here. Net magnetic field is here. What you're working on a horizontal plane here. Horizontal plane here. So you will get this component. You will get this component right now. In this plane, we are working in this plane. This is the plane here. If you rotate it, like this, see, if you rotate this like this, if you twist the thing, and it means what, you're working in this plane now. You're working in this plane. You have one more plane here like this. So you'll get the vertical component, and the resultant of this will give you the net. So this is how, with the help of this device, we can measure the magnetic field at any point on the Earth's surface. Again, I'll repeat here. See here. Right now, this dip circle is placed horizontally, like this. Then later, what will do? You'll place it vertically, like this. Right. So what will happen when you place it horizontally? I'll run the video also for all of you. Don't worry. I'm just showing you here. So when you place horizontally, initially it will show you any random direction. Now it will adjust in such a way that it will get aligned. It will get aligned in this direction. Aligned in this direction means what? It's basically north-south facing. So now basically you are working for the horizontal component. At any point, you will get a horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field, and you will get a vertical component of the Earth's magnetic field, and the resultant of this will give you the B net at that point. And this angle is called as what? Dip. At any point on the Earth's surface, this is what you have to do. So what will happen? This always points toward the north direction. This is north, this is south, like this. So if this gets aligned at any point, if I ask you, what is the north-south direction? What is the north-south direction? So what you have to do? You have to just use this and then keep rotating this. You have to move this instrument till this will get aligned in this direction. The moment it gets aligned in this direction means what? You got this component there. Now at that point only, what will do? You will turn this, you will rotate this now, and then you will get this inclination there. And then relatively. So let me run this video first, and then you will get a more clear understanding of this here, what is happening here. It's a very small video, only one minute. It will kill only 1 minute. Not more than that. 1 minute 18 seconds. Okay, so let's see here.
Magnetic dip is, or the inclination, is how much below the horizontal the magnetic field points. And so we need a special type of compass, a dip compass or dip meter, to get that information. So currently the needle can move around in that plane and will align the rotation axis of the dip meter with the compass needle, such that 0 degrees is at the north end of our magnet. Then I can rotate this 90 degrees, and the needle can oscillate and move in this vertical plane. The dip angle is defined from -90 to +90, with positive dip being a measure below the horizontal. So you and all of your group mates should find a dip meter measurement, each person going through the entire process independently. So doing alignment and setting everything up, pile a table, average, get your average dip for your table.
So this is what we have here. So see here, I will add one more important point here first. See, this is very, very important here. See, here at this point, this is what the diagram you have here. So now, as I told, this is what? This is basically your north. This is basically your south, right? And this is the horizontal. And this is the vertical that you have here. Okay. And this is the net magnetic field here, B net. B net you have here. It makes some angle here, theta. It makes some angle here, theta. So what happens? This is the horizontal component, BH. BH is what? B cos theta. This will be what? This will be your B vertical, B sin theta. Right. Now what you can see here, this angle is going down here. It is basically means what? This angle, what you're measuring, this measurement is done in what? Northern hemisphere at this moment. It is basically this, if theta, this is defined as positive. If it's going down, it's positive. So basically this, if theta is positive, na, it means what? It is going down. And if you're working in southern hemisphere, it will go up. It will show up. Up means what? The needle, this needle compass will, it will be pointing like this, up, like this. It will be up. Theta will be up. In that case, theta will be negative. Means what? You're working in the southern hemisphere. So one of the very famous questions, straight away they ask in objective papers that if theta is positive, it means what? You're making the measurement in the northern hemisphere, because this needle north and south will have like this. But if you're working in the southern hemisphere, north will be here, south will be here. So this will be up. So what will happen? Your theta will be negative. A very common question here. Again, I'll just mark the things here. See, this direction we have already adjusted at this point. This is basically giving you north. This is giving you south at that point, and this is the horizontal also. This is the horizontal, and this point this is the vertical that you. This is the vertical that you have. This is your B net. This is your B net magnetic field. This is your here, let's say theta, dip angle. So you'll have a horizontal component BH. What is BH? B cos theta. And what is BV? BV is your B sin theta. This theta down, like this theta down with this is taken as what? This theta is taken as what? Positive. When you get positive, when you're working in the northern hemisphere. But if you're working in the southern hemisphere, what will happen? This will be this needle will be up, so it will be pointing like this with the horizontal. This theta will be what? Negative. When you will get this? When you're working in the southern hemisphere. So you can take a screenshot for this here. You can take a screenshot for this if you want. So now, see here. It'll take some time. Have patience. At the end, you will understand everything. 100%, I'm telling you. But you should have patience here. I'm also trying my level best to explain all these things. Sorry, yeah. This is what here. Again, I'll come back here. See. So right at the experiment, what we were performing, we were performing somewhere here on this side, on the northern hemisphere. So you can see dip angle is what? Down. But if you work somewhere here, so what will happen? Your dip angle will be up, pointing up. Right. So with the horizontal, the angle will be up. In this case, with the horizontal, angle will be down. This is what I'm telling you. If you're working in the southern hemisphere, your dip angle will up is what? Positive. The dip angle will be your negative. And if you're working on this side, your dip angle will be positive. If it's going down, your dip angle will be positive. Let all of you know. If you want, you can take the screenshot of this. This is positive this side. This is negative this side. Dip angle is positive this side. Positive means what? The vector will point downwards, and there the vector will point upwards. Positive, negative. Okay. So this is what you have here. So now this is you can see here a very famous question what they ask in your basic objective papers. See, if I tell you about the equator, let's say this is a magnetic equator. This is a magnetic equator. If I ask you what is the dip value here, what is the dip value at the equator, you can see that at this point this horizontal will be parallel. A net magnetic field is also pointing the same direction. So what will happen? Your dip angle will become 0 degree. But if I ask you what is the dip angle here, if you draw a horizontal here like this, what will happen? Net magnetic field is here. So what is the angle made with the horizontal here right now? 90. Net magnetic field with the horizontal is making a 90 degree here. The dip angle here will be what? 90 degree. So a very straight question that they keep asking here. At the magnetic equator, what is the dip angle value? Angle will be what? 0 degree. And at this point, that is your equator, dip angle is what? 90 degree. Here dip angle is 0 degree. Here dip angle is 90 degree. Why? Because if you can see that the angle made by the magnetic field with the horizontal is what? 0 here. Because the magnetic field is in the same direction, as that of the horizontal. So angle is 0 degree. Dip angle is 0. But here you can see that the magnetic field is making how much angle with the horizontal? 90. That's why the dip angle is 90 at the equator. This clear to all of you? So from here to here you have 0 to 90. From here to here you will have 90 to 0. And then you will have, see, again I'll explain it. See, from here to here your angle will increase from where? 0 to 90 degree. And from here to here your angle will decrease from where to where? 90 to 0. From here to here your angle will again decrease. Now the angle will start giving you negative value. So you will get minus, I say negative angle, and here you will get minus 90. Again from minus 90 it will decrease to 0. It will go from 0 to minus 90 to 0. This is what you have here. Who's clear to all of you? Here you will have minus 90 then 0 degree, again 0 to plus 90, 90 to 0, 0 to minus 90. This is how the dip angle will keep changing on the at different points on the Earth surface. If you want, you can take the screenshot. It's very, very important here. See here, I'll just write this again here. See, this is Earth. This is geographic, let's say geographic north, this is geographic south. And this is the magnetic, let's say this is the magnetic pole that we have. Now in this case, this is what we have here. So this is basically your magnetic equator, So here what will happen? Your dip angle theta will be 0 degree. And when you reach here, when you're reaching from here to here, at this point theta becomes what? 90 degree dip angle. And again, when you move from here to here, what will happen? Theta will again become 0 degree. Again, from here to here, when you move, what will happen? Theta will become minus 90 degree. And again, from when you move from here to here, theta will change from minus 90 to 0 degree. This is what you have here. So it increases from 0 to 90, 90 to 0, 0 to minus 90, minus 90 to 0, like this it happens. You can see this entire thing, theta is what? Theta is negative. And this entire thing, theta is positive. Negative means what? When you draw at this point, if I draw horizontal, this theta will be pointing upwards. That's the meaning of positive, upwards. And what is the meaning of what is the meaning of so that's the meaning of negative. That's the meaning of negative. But any point at this point, if you're working, the magnetic field is like this. This is a horizontal. This particular angle will be pointing downwards with respect to horizontal. This is your positive. This is your positive. That's the meaning of positive and negative. If you want, you can take a screenshot for this. It is not that complicated. Now I guess you are able to get a feel what is happening here. It is very, very important. The reason is they straight away ask you question based on this common concepts. Dip angle sign they will ask you. So you won't be able to answer it clearly if you don't know the concepts. Okay. Okay, please here. So now this is what you have. So this is basically your magnetic meridian. Magnetic meridian. This magnetic meridian is behind. This is magnetic meridian. Sorry, this is magnetic meridian. You can see that in that magnetic meridian you have one. I think ulta bana. Sorry. This is your magnetic meridian. Samne wala magnetic. This is your magnetic meridian. This is your magnetic meridian. This is your magnetic meridian. Okay. This is the net magnetic field here. You got the value of BB here. You got the value of BH here. This is the theta. This is your basically your dip. So you can write now what is BH? B cos theta. What is VB? B sin theta. What is tan theta? V by BH. And what is the net? Root of V square. Just now explained you this at magnetic poles. Theta will be 90 at magnetic equator. Theta will be 0. Right. So BH will be 0. Only V will exist. Here V will be 0. This is a very, very important thing. They keep asking questions based on these things, sir, in your objective papers. This I have already shared with all of you on the group. This PDF you can always see from there. What is important to understand the things here? What exactly you are doing here? Again, repeat for the last time. See, if you're working here, let's say at this point, you know at this point the magnetic field line is like this tangent. If you draw tangent, this is the net magnetic field line. You have that at this point of the Earth. So now what you do at this point, you draw a line joining with the center like this. This line is called as vertical line. This line is called as what? This line is called as a vertical line. This is called as vertical line. And then from here you draw a tangent to surface. Draw a parallel line from here to this. So what will happen? These two are parallel. So what will happen? This is called as horizontal. This is called horizontal line. This is called horizontal. This is the B net you have. B net vector you have. This angle is called a dip. This angle is called as dip. This side you will get what? You will get here whatever B net you have, B cos theta. This is called as BH. And inside you will get what? BV, B sin theta. B sin theta. So you got BH and BV. So net B will be what? Net B will be root of BH square plus what? BV square. At this point, equator. at magnetic equator, what will happen? You can see this angle will become 0 degree. Theta will become 0. 0, what will happen? B cos 0, the entire BH will be B itself. BB will be 0. At this point, what will happen? Your theta is 90. Cos 90 is what? 0. So your BH will be 0. The entire thing will be BB only. Okay, na? This is what you have. This is how you work at any point. Now I feel, मुझे ऐसा लगता है, I feel like you have understood the concept of how to understand these terms: magnetic dip, net magnetic field, vertical component, horizontal component for any point on the Earth surface. This is what you have here. This is your magnetic. This is geographic meridian. पीछे वाला. This angle is your declination. It's called declination. Now, a very important concept with the help, and this is like frequently asked in your papers, whether it's NEET, JEE, सब जगह इसको पूछते हैं. So let's try to understand what is the meaning of apparent angle of dip. Actually, I have missed to take one more concept, that's neutral points. I'll explain you what's the meaning of neutral points also with the help of a question. With the help of a question, I'll try to help you with neutral points also. Right now, let's try to understand what is the meaning of apparent dip. See here. Let's say यहाँ लिख देता हूँ. See. Let's say you're working at some point and this is your plane. You're working at this point. You got the vertical component. You got the horizontal component. This is your vertical component. This is your horizontal component. And then if you take the net of this, this is your net magnetic field at that point, right? This is your magnetic meridian. This angle is called as what? Dip angle. Let's say this angle is your theta, कुछ ले लो. Dip ऐसे delta लिखना चाहिए. This is how they write in most of the book. Dip angle. So what is the value of BH? BH value will be your B cos delta, where delta is the dip angle. And what is BV? BV will be your B sin delta. This is what you have, right? This is how you get the things. Now I will draw one more plane here. I will draw one more plane here. You can think of you're opening your notebook here. You're opening your notebook. When you open the notebook, you can open from middle, right? So what will happen? You will get pages like this. Right? You will get pages like this. So this is the, let's say, angle of this plane with this plane. I'm taking some other reference plane with respect to this point. This is the magnetic meridian plane. I have taken one more plane which makes some angle there. It is theta. This theta is called as apparent angle here. So apparent dip. Sorry, not apparent angle. Sorry, not apparent dip. Just a second. Let's say I have taken another plane. Now I have taken another plane here at an angle theta with this. So now what we'll do? We take the component of BH on this horizontal of this over the horizontal of this plane. So what will happen? This is one vector, one line. So this component will be what? This component will be your BH cos theta. So now I'm working over this plane. So on this plane, what you have now? On this side, you have a component that is your BH cos theta. And on this side, the vertical still remains VV only. Vertical still remains what? VV only. So now when you complete these two vectors on that plane, on that reference plane, so what will happen? You will get a net magnetic field here on that reference plane. So B net in that reference plane. Okay. This angle is called as what? Let's say some angle you have here alpha. This is called as apparent dip now. Apparent dip. This is 90 at this moment. So this is 90. This is called as apparent dip. Apparent dip. They ask question based on this here. So this tan alpha will be what? Tan alpha will be your vertical by horizontal. So what will you get? You will get BV by BH cos theta. This is called as what? Apparent dip. This will give you the apparent dip value. This alpha is called apparent dip. Again, I'll explain you. Please here. Again, I'll explain you. See. You have a plane here. You have a plane. This is the magnetic meridian which we have discussed in detail. So we have the net magnetic field. This blue line indicates the net magnetic field for which we have BH and VB. This angle is the dip. Right. Now, with respect to this plane, we are considering one more plane which makes an angle theta. It's like you're opening your textbook from middle. So you'll get two parts and you'll get some separation between them. It's like this. So one face is your magnetic meridian, other face is some other what you call reference plane. So now for that reference plane, the vertical still at this point vertical still remains what? BV. But if I ask you what is the horizontal components of Earth's magnetic field, you will take the component of BH with reference to this theta. Right. So here you will get BH cos theta. So now for this plane, for this reference frame, if I ask you what is the apparent dip, you will take the resultant of this BH cos theta and BV. It will come out to be somewhere alpha. This alpha is called the apparent dip. So how will you calculate apparent dip here? This is VV, is also VV. So what is tan alpha here? Tan alpha will be this by this. You will get this BV by BH cos theta. This is our apparent dip. This alpha is called apparent dip. If you want, you can take the screenshot here. So apparent dip is always with reference to magnetic meridian. Apparent dip is always with respect to magnetic meridian. First of all, you have magnetic meridian. With respect to that plane, you have another plane, and you have some what you call angle between these two planes here. So now on that plane, I want to write the net magnetic field on this plane. So we can see that the vertical components will not change on that plane, but this component will become what? BH cos theta. Now the resultant of BH cos theta and BB cos theta will give you a net magnetic field. This is the magnetic field that you will quote here. But this resultant magnetic field will make some angle. This angle is called as what? Apparent dip. So for that plane, the apparent dip, this is how you calculate the apparent dip. Is it clear to all of you? समझ में आ रहा सबको अभी? किसी डाउट प्लीज पूछ लो. Okay, let's see here. Next. Let's see this very standard what you call question which I always recommend a student to know as a standard result here. Now what is this? By the way, they have a straight away asked this question once in NEET also. JEE में भी आ चुका है, NEET में भी. अब पूछते हैं लोग. Otherwise they will give you value of, well, I'll tell you what's the meaning of this here. Let's see here. See what is the meaning of this. It's a very good concept here. समझाता हूँ concept क्या. Please here. A very important concept. Again, I'll draw the room here. Again, I'll draw the room here. So now in this case, see here. Let's say this is your actual what you call magnetic meridian. This plane is your magnetic meridian along the void diagonal. This is what? This is the magnetic meridian. This is your this black thing. This black plane is your magnetic meridian. So you can think in the room, the body diagonal, right? It is lying along the body diagonal. You can see this is basically body diagonal, right? Done. This plane, let's say, is your magnetic meridian. This is your magnetic meridian. Now, the net magnetic field on that plane is like this, and makes an angle with the this is given as theta. Theta is a true dip. True dip means what? The angle that you have in this plane. This theta is the true dip. So obviously we'll have a vertical component for this. What is that? BV. This will be your net magnetic field. Let's say B here. So we'll get B cos theta. And what is the horizontal component? Horizontal component will be on this side. What is the value of BH? BH will be your B sin theta. Done. Now they are considering two different what you call planes. One plane is this, which you can see in the video on the screen, facing like the plane which faces which is in front on the screen. This plane is one reference frame. So you have some angle here. This angle they are calling as, let's say, theta 1. And other angle, let's say they're taking this angle. This frame they're taking a second angle, second reference frame. This angle they're taking as what? Theta 2. So you have two reference planes now with respect to this plane, black plane. Theta 1 plus theta 2 you have taken as what? Theta 1 plus theta 2 you have taken as what here? 90 degree. Oh, sorry. There is a small mistake. Sorry here. A second. Theta 1, theta 2 should not touch. A second. Sorry. If you take this angle as alpha, this angle if you take as alpha, other angle will become what? Other angle with this angle is, let's say, alpha. So the other angle will become what? 90 minus alpha. So on this you will get also on this plane you will get one what you call apparent dip. Let's say that is theta 1. And on this also you will get one apparent dip, that is theta 2. Consider all of it. This is what is written here. Theta 1, theta 2 are the dip angles in two vertical planes at right angles to each other, and theta is the true dip. Then this is the relation that we will get. A very, very famous relation here. Out of these three angles, they can give you two angles and they can ask you to find the third angle. A very famous question of JEE and NEET. Board में नहीं आता है 100%. But this concept is very, very important. Let's say आपको समझ में नहीं आया, मैं फिर से बता देता हूँ. You have this room. You have this room here. Yeah, this room. Try to visualize this as very, very important. See, what you can do, you can connect from here. You can connect from here. You can connect from here. And you can join this. So obviously we'll get one plane. We'll get one plane. Okay, this plane I'm drawing it here again. So we got a plane here. Like this. So now in this case, here you will get some magnetic field due to Earth. This is the true dip. It has a true dip on this black thing. So on this side you will get what? On this side you will get the horizontal component BH, that is your B cos theta, and this side you will get what? Vertical, this is your BV, B sin theta. That's what we have discussed. Now we are taking two more planes here. One plane here. One plane here. One plane here. And then one plane here. We are taking two more planes here. Let's say this angle is your alpha. So obviously this will become what? 90 minus alpha. As simple as this. Right? This is what we'll get. So now you know, if I take this front plane here, I'm writing that front plane here now. And then I will write the back plane here. This is your back plane. ये वाला plane इधर बना दिया. Right? Now, please here. After this, in this also you will get some. Now what will happen here? The vertical will remain same in all the cases here. This will remain as what? B sine. BB will remain B sine theta in all the cases. Now we have the BH here. No? So you can see that which component will come this side? BH cos alpha. So we'll write here what? BH cos alpha here. We'll write here BH cos alpha. BH cos alpha. And what is BH? BH is B cos theta. So we'll write here B cos theta cos alpha. So resultant of these two will make some angle in this plane. This is basically your dip angle at two vertical dips in this plane. And this plane, again, what will happen? This will become B sine alpha. So this will become what? This will become BH sine alpha. BH sine alpha. And this will be your BV. BV is what? BV will remain same. B sine theta. In this case, also resultant of these two will come in this plane. Will come in this plane. And this angle is basically your theta 2. Clear? This angle is theta 2. This is what is given here. Hope the meaning of the question is clear. Now you have to prove that cot theta square is always cot theta 1 square plus cot theta 2 square. This is what the result you have. Okay, so let's try to prove this result. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. You can see here. What is tan theta 1? Tan theta will be BV by BH cos alpha. This is how you can write tan theta 1 in this diagram. This is what you get from here. And from here, what you can write? You can write tan theta 2 equals to what? BV by BH B sin alpha. As simple as this. Done. So now, in this case, if I take the reciprocal in a square, cot square theta 1 plus cot square theta 2 will be equal to what? Reciprocal is in square. So what you will get the square of these two by BB square. This cos square plus sin square is what? 1. So you'll get BH square by BB square. Now we know what is tan theta from here. What is tan theta from here? Tan theta is basically your BB by BH. BB by BH. So cot theta will be BH by BB. So we are getting BH by BB the whole square. No, BH by BB the whole square. See? BH by BB the whole square. Right? It is nothing but cot theta square. And hence we got this result. This beautiful result. If you want, you can take the screenshot there. A very, very important concept with respect to two dip and apparent dip. Apparent dip. If you want, you can take the screenshot there. अभी किसी को doubt हो please पूछ लो. If anyone is having doubt here, please ask. किसी को डाउट है इसमें प्लीज पूछो. कोई नहीं बताएगा भाई. 10 जगह इंटरनेट में सर्च कर लेना, कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला कहीं पे. समझ में भी नहीं आएगा. पूछ लो अभी पूछना है तो फिर. Okay, so this is what we have understood here. Okay. So now before we start solving the question, okay, I just try to give you a feeling of this. एक बार फिर से इसको देख लो, feel कर लो with the help of this video, and then we will start solving the questions. I know I have taken time, but trust me, when you solve the question, you will realize that what I have discussed with all of you. Now you can easily practice questions till JEE Advanced of this if you know all these concepts. Please here. एक बार वीडियो फिर से देख लो एक बार.
Magnetic dip is, or the inclination, is how much below the horizontal the magnetic field points. And so we need a special type of compass, a dip compass or dip meter, to get that information. So currently, the needle can move around in that plane and will align the rotation axis of the dip meter with the compass needle, such that 0 degrees is at the north end of our magnet. then I can rotate this 90 degrees, and the needle can oscillate and move in this vertical plane. The dip angle is defined from negative 90 to positive 90, with positive dip being a measure below the horizontal. So you and all of your group mates should find a dip meter measurement, each person going through the entire process.
This is what you have, right? So you're working at any point on the surface, you have a net magnetic field pointing this direction. We will have vertical component of this net magnetic field, and we will have horizontal component. This is always towards the north. This is your south basically. This is called a dip angle. If it is pointing down with the horizontal, this is positive dip. This is what you have. BV. This is your BH. This is your B cos delta. This is your B sin delta. Okay. So now we'll solve questions of this. चलो सॉल्व करके देखते हैं हम लोग कुछ क्वेश्चंस को. Okay, now we'll start the sheet. Ars magnetism. This is experiment. First of all, it was kept like this. They rotate this as that. First of all, you get the north-south here. You got the horizontal. You got the horizontal. Okay. This is basically that line parallel to the. This is parallel to the tangent to the earth at this point. From here, you can draw a vertical towards center, and this is the. And then if you rotate in the vertical, you will get the vertical components. You got both. Okay. चलो पहला क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो. अब देखो मजा आएगा. क्वेश्चंस पे हंसोगे. You will laugh at the questions. चलो start solving. Give the answer for this question. चलो जल्दी दो आंसर इसका. अरे इसका आंसर देने में क्या दिक्कत हो रहा है भाई. सब दो यार, एक दो नहीं सबको देना चाहिए. अब क्या इसमें प्रॉब्लम. कितने लोगों ने दिया इसका आंसर अभी तक. निशांजलि ने दिया. सबको दो इसका आंसर. इट्स एक्चुअली इजी क्वेश्चन. सबको देना चाहिए इसका आंसर. सान्या ने दिया. क्या भाई क्या चल रहा है. सब दो इसका आंसर यार. इसका आंसर सबको देना चाहिए यार. इसमें क्या है. ओके चलो देखो यार सॉल्व करता हूँ. ओके चलो बहुत लोगों ने दिया. चलो देखो क्या है. बहुत आसान है ना. The relation among the three elements of namely horizontal component, vertical component and dip angle are B is total field. So किसी point total field तुम्हें दिया हुआ है BE. This is what you have the horizontal. This is what you have the vertical. This is your horizontal BH, right? H is your horizontal. V is the vertical component. This is the dip angle delta. तो क्या हो जाएगा. This is your BE cos delta. H is what? Sorry, H will be your B cos delta. साइन डेल्टा कैसे आ जाएगा. हाँ ठीक है. वे कॉस डेल्टा दिया थी. ठीक तो है. एंड वी इज व्हाट योर बी इज साइन डेल्टा. अभी तो पढ़ा है इसमें क्या था. ओवर क्वेश्चन इज ओवर राइट. वेरी वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. ठीक है ना. चलो कोई नहीं. इसका आंसर देना था आपको. अभी पढ़ा. अभी जितना डिटेल में हम लोग पढ़ा इसी को पढ़ा. यही तुम्हारा नीड. ऐसा कोई ऐसी क्वेश्चन आते हैं यार. स्क्रीनशॉट किसी को लेना ले लो यार. विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नाउ. If anyone wants to take the screenshot, you can take it here. चलो नेक्स्ट देखते हैं हम लोग का. चलो जल्दी इसका आंसर दो. जस्ट बताया. सबको दो यार. सबको दो इसका एंगल. अभी तो जस्ट बताया सबको. सबको आंसर देना चाहिए. इसमें है ही क्या इस क्वेश्चन में. इतना थ्योरी पढ़ने का सबको आंसर देना चाहिए यार. चलो बहुत लोगों ने 3 दिया इसका आंसर. ठीक है चलो. ओके चलो देखते हैं इसका सॉल्यूशन. देखते हैं हम लोग फिर. ठीक है. इजी क्वेश्चन है यार. बाद में सीखिए, चलो ठीक। Okay, just now I have discussed with all of you. If you see the diagram of I told you क्या होता है, ऐसे अर्थ होता है ना, in this side your net magnetic field this side and net magnetic field this side. This is your north side, northern hemisphere. This is your southern hemisphere, right? So what happens here? The horizontal, the angle will be like this, not down, up. Here the angle will be down. Down is positive. Delta will be positive here and delta will be negative. So southern hemisphere what will happen? Or dip will be negative. And northern hemisphere dip will be positive. सिंपल सी बात है। पॉजिटिव दिया हुआ है, किधर लाई करेगा पॉइंट बी? पॉइंट विल लाई ऑन द नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर। और ये क्या दिया है तुम्हारा? नेगेटिव। सो ये किधर लाई करेगा? सर बी इज नेगेटिव, सर बी इज नेगेटिव, सो बी इज लाइंग हियर एंड योर ए दिया हुआ है पॉजिटिव, तो पॉजिटिव मत इधर हो गया, आंसर आ गया इसमें, कौन सा बड़ा बात है यार। सो ए इज लोकेटेड ऑन द नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर एंड बी ऑन साउदर्न, हो गया, खत्म हो गया, इजी। ठीक है, ओके चलो ये ना स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो यार सबको। ओके लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। यहाँ किसी ले लो स्क्रीनशॉट, हटा दूंगा इसको मैं। ओके सी नेक्स्ट। ये तो अभी जस्ट रटा। चलो बता इसका आंसर, बता, सबको बता इसका आंसर, जल्दी बता, सब बता भाई, सबको दो इसका आंसर। सेम मैंने कंसिडर, सेम डिराइव किया इनफैक्ट आपके लिए मैंने। कितने लोगों ने इसका आंसर दिया? सबको देना चाहिए था इसमें तो। बाद में दिया, अंजलि ने दिया, चलो ठीक है। ओके ऑब्वियसली ए, अभी जस्ट हमने डिराइव किया, इसमें तो कुछ बोलना ही नहीं है। जस्ट नाउ वी हैव डिराइव्ड दिस, राइट? You should not have any confusion regarding this. Just now we have derived this great result, right? And you should always keep this in mind here. So this will always, what I'm telling you, next time just keep in mind na, what happens sometimes they give the question like this. You have three unknowns here, theta 1 and theta 2. They can give you any two. They can give you, they will give two, they'll give two and ask the third angle, ऐसा बहुत बार आ चुका है। This is also very famous question. If you want, we can take the screenshot यार। क्या होता है इस रिलेशन पे, क्या दो एंगल दे देंगे तुम्हें, ठीक है ना, and they'll ask you third. So just know the meaning. This is true. This is apparent dip with respect to one plane, second plane, such that theta 1 plus theta 2 is 90. बस याद रखना, ठीक है ना? And accordingly you put the values and then you get the other unknown. चलो उसका screenshot ले लो. It's a very very famous question that they keep asking here. चलो नेक्स्ट देखते हैं। ऐसे ही होता है, थ्योरी पढ़ने में थोड़ा समय लगता है, टाइम लगता है, फिर क्वेश्चन तो ऐसे ही उड़ाते हैं हम लोग। क्वेश्चन में कोई दम नहीं होता है, ट्रस्ट मी, क्वेश्चन में कोई दम नहीं होता है। ओके लेट्स सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन। अब देखो जेईई में क्या होता है ना, जेईई आई विल टेल यू, यू विल हैव स्लाइटली व्हाट यू कॉल मोर कैलकुलेशन। थ्योरी में कुछ भी नहीं रहेगा, कंसेप्ट आपको समझ में आएगा। ये सारे क्वेश्चन जेईई के हैं, ट्रस्ट मी, ऑल आर वेरी वेरी इजी। द ओनली थिंग that you will find here that you will have some calculations here, that's it, otherwise everything is very simple. चलो start करो। I think 1 Tesla is 10 to the power 4 Gauss, ऐसा कुछ होता है, मुझे जहाँ तक याद आ रहा है। just make a note of this, याद रखना, ठीक है ना? just keep a note, make a note of this. Now let's solve this question. देखो कितना आसान आएगा आपको, मैं अभी आंसर दूंगा, आपको बहुत हंसी आएगा। You may feel it's a very weird question, but when you see the solution,
sir, 1 Gauss is equal to 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla.
So 1 Gauss is the 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla। चलो मैं भूल गया, वो जो कुछ होता है यहाँ पे, मैं भी सॉल्यूशन देखता था। चलो ठीक है, तो 10 to the minus 4 Tesla is 1 Gauss, ऐसा बोल रहे हो तो क्या अनुज?
Yes sir.
ठीक है, ये होता है, ये मुझे याद नहीं था, ठीक है अब देख लें, यही होता है सर। मैं सॉल्यूशन देता तो आता है, उसका कन्वर्सन में फिर तो चेक ही होता है, कोई नहीं, ठीक है, नॉर्मली मुझे याद नहीं आता है सर। ओके लेट्स सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन। आप इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करो। वेरी वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन, ये हिंट है इस क्वेश्चन का। The Earth's magnetic field lines resemble that of a dipole. वो dipole लिख दिया उधर, ठीक है ना? At the center of the Earth, the magnetic moment of this dipole is close to 8 into 10 to the power 22 ampere meter square. ठीक है? The value of the Earth's magnetic field near the equator is close to. देखो यार याद रखना, Now they have told you that okay, Earth. So मैं ऐसा देखता हूँ, पहले एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ मैं. This is your, let's say, North Pole and the South Pole of the Earth. Earth, ये पूरा Earth है. ठीक है, this is your complete Earth. So now you're working where? At the equator. You're working at the equator. ठीक है ना, आप यहाँ काम कर रहे हो, इक्वेटर पे काम कर रहे हो. ठीक है ना, वो कहीं पर टच कर रहा है अर्थ को यहाँ पे. तो मैं यहाँ पे, so you have to, what is given है, the magnetic moment. Okay, so the value of the Earth's magnetic field near the equator. तो यहाँ पूछ रहा है, you have to calculate. So you know this na dipole moment for dipole electric dipole, if you remember, what is the magnetic field? If you have minus q here, plus q here, what is dipole moment? This is your 2a. So you know dipole moment. Here the electric field you get as what? Electric field value comes out to be E vector equals to kp. This is r. R is very greater than this. R kp by rq. This is the formula. What is kp here? K is your 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p by rq. In magnetism, what we do? Same model. Here you will get magnetic moment. Replace 1 by epsilon naught with what? Mu naught. So what is the magnetic field value you will get at the equator? Value will be mu naught by 4 pi magnetic moment mu divided by r cube. अब यार सब कुछ दिया हुआ है. कितना घटिया क्वेश्चन हो गया पता है तुम्हें? हॉरेबल क्वेश्चन. कहने के लिए ये था, इसको तो बोर्ड भी नहीं होना था ये क्वेश्चन ना. यहाँ पे ऐसे इसको हटा देना चाहिए जेई में. इट्स मिसलीडिंग. this heading is misleading. ये मिसलीडिंग है. ये क्या आना चाहिए तुम्हें? केवी, केंद्रीय विद्यालय मंथली टेस्ट, मंडे टेस्ट, ऐसा होना चाहिए क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. So how will get the value? You know the value of mu naught. What is the value of mu naught? Mu naught is always 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. Right? We know the value of this. Divided by 4 pi. तो ये तो गया, कैंसिल हो गया. Mu value is already given to in the question. कितना दिया हुआ है? 8 into 10 to the power of 22. ये दिया हुआ है तुम्हें. और रेडियस ऑफ द अर्थ भी दिया हुआ है. उसका क्यूब करना है. तो यहाँ क्या लिखोगे? 6.4 का क्यूब. तो क्यूब कर दो यहाँ पे. बाई वॉट? 10 to the power 6 का क्यूब. तो क्या 10 to the power 18 हो जाएगा. ऐसे लिख दो. ठीक है ना. मैंने पावर्स को अलग कर दिया so that we can cancel it very easily. इसलिए लिखा 10 to the power 4 और ये दोनों क्लब हो गए 10 to the power minus. अभी क्या बना ऊपर में? 10 to the power minus 3 इंटू क्या तुम्हारा 8 by 6.4 इंटू 6.4 इंटू 6.4 ऐसा कुछ दिया हुआ है. ठीक है ना. सो व्हाट वी वांट, लेट्स से इन टर्म्स ऑफ गॉस, सो वी वांट वन मोर 10, सो 80 करना पड़ेगा तभी तो होगा ना. व्हाट विल हैपन? वी विल राइट 10 to the power minus 4 इंटू व्हाट 80 by what? 6.4 into 6.4 into 6.4. Now if you remove this, you will get Gauss. The answer will come in Gauss. So we have to find the value of this now. So basically you have to calculate what? 80 by 6.4 the whole cube, approximate value. ठीक है. तो ऑब्वियसली ये क्या होगा तुम्हारा? लेस देन 100% होगा. तो ये दोनों तो रूल्ड आउट हो गया. समझ आ रहा है ना? ये दोनों तो रूल्ड आउट हो गया. हमारा कॉम्पिटिशन किस में है? 0.6 में है और 0.32 में. वही कैलकुलेट करना है. चलो यार एक काम करते हैं, 80 डिवाइड बाय 36 करते हैं. अप्रोक्सीमेट 6.5 को तो आपको पता ही है कैसे निकालते हैं. ठीक है ना. चलो 65 कर देता हूँ मैं. 65 what will have 25 and 42, so 42.25 42.25 you will get approximately. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? 1.8 के आसपास आएगा. इफ यू फर्दर डिवाइड बाय 6 तो 0.3 के आसपास ही आएगा ना. तो दिस इज नॉट द आंसर. दिस इज आंसर. ओवर. क्वेश्चन इज ओवर. सच अ लेम क्वेश्चन यार. सच अ लेम क्वेश्चन. कितना घटिया क्वेश्चन आता है. यही औकात है जी की. ठीक है. ये ऐसे बड़े बड़े कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट बेवकूफ बनाते हैं कि आपको कुछ प्लूटो जानना है, उधर प्लूटो या मार्स जानना है, यू हैव टू गो देयर इन फ्रॉम दैट प्लैनेट, यू हैव टू गेट सम कांसेप्ट एंड देन यू विल बी एबल टू क्वालिफाई जेईई. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. ठीक है ना. जस्ट कीप योर माइंड वेरी ओपन. देखो कितने क्वेश्चन आराम सॉल्व होता है. वो बेवकूफ बनाते हैं लोगों को, तभी तो पैसे मिलेंगे. लाख लाख रुपए कमाएंगे वो लोग. यही कंसेप्ट होता है कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट सारे का. And this becomes more what you call, उनको आपको तो क्या होता है ना, मैंने अभी थ्योरी पढ़ाया आपको, अभी जम के पढ़ाया 1-1.5 घंटे मैंने इन्वेस्ट किया थ्योरी में. कुछ नहीं पढ़ाएंगे ऐसा. वो सीधे क्वेश्चंस कराना शुरू करेंगे आपको. और बच्चों को क्या लगे हमें कुछ भी समझ नहीं आ रहा है, मतलब क्या वो बहुत बड़ा चीज पढ़ा रहा है. अरे बड़ा चीज नहीं पढ़ा रहा, बड़ा बेवकूफ बना रहा है वो. ठीक है. यही होता है इंडिया में मोस्टली सब जगह. लेट्स सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन अगेन. अ वेरी वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. ये तो सब बना दूंगा यार. उसी क्वेश्चन को रिवर्स में पूछा, ठीक है ना। बट सिर्फ एक चीज याद रखना, दे हैव आस्क्ड यू व्हाट ऑफ द ऑर्डर, nearly of the order. Whenever you get any such question ना, you always understand that answer they are writing in terms scientific notation. Scientific notation क्या होता है? You write something here, let's say x into 10 to the power of some n. This x will always lie from where to where? 1 to 9. ये होता है. This is the meaning of, let's say 1 to 10, 1 to 10, greater than 1 less than. This is the meaning of scientific notation. ठीक है इसी को. So whatever you get here ना 10 to the power of n, that is the answer. That this is what they have given in the answer here. So I explained you the meaning of this of the order. This is a very common nomenclature of all the JEE vertical papers है. चलो सॉल्व करो. बहुत बच्चों वाला क्वेश्चन है. पिछला क्वेश्चन का रिवर्स पूछा गया यहाँ पे, बस सेम डेटा, सब कुछ सेम है, ठीक है ना. देख लो कैसे रिपीट होता है. इस पर आप लोग साथ निभा दो. आपको मैं लास्ट में दिखाऊंगा कितने लोगों का सिलेक्शन होता है. मैं भी देखता हूँ कितने लोगों का होता है, कितने लोगों का नहीं होता. प्रोवाइड आप जनरली यहाँ पे आ रहे हो पढ़ने के लिए, आप टाइम पास करने आ रहे हो भाई, आप मत आओ कल से, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. यदि आपने गलती से कुछ मुझे ज़्यादा पे कर दिया है फीस, तो आप मुझे कॉल कर लेना, अकाउंट नंबर सेंड कर देना, मैं आपका फीस रिटर्न कर दूंगा. यदि आपको कुछ गलत फहमी हो रही है तो फिर डोंट कम है बिकॉज यू हैव पेड द फी. आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि यू हैव पेड द फी, यू आर गेटिंग व्हाट यू कॉल स्टक हियर बिकॉज ऑफ द पेमेंट. नो, ऐसा मत करो. आप मुझे अच्छे से अकाउंट वापस दिस इज माई अकाउंट नंबर, आई डोंट वांट टू, आई एम नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग. आप जाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. आप जाके कहीं जाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. यहाँ लास्ट तक साथ निभाओगे, आपका रिजल्ट में दिखाऊंगा आपको लास्ट में. इस बार रिजल्ट कैसे नहीं आता है. गिव मी द आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट. एक ही का है अभी तक. सब लोग इसमें क्या है यार, रद्दी क्वेश्चन है ये. पिछले क्वेश्चन का रिवर्स है यार, क्या मजाक चल रहा है. जल्दी सॉल्व करो इसको. कितने लोगों ने इसका आंसर दिया अभी? सबको लाओ यार, इसमें क्या है. तो कैलकुलेशन करना पड़ेगा ऑब्वियसली यार. फहद और निशा का 1-1 आंसर है. चलो ठीक है, 2 लोगों का आंसर अभी तक आया. अनुष्का भी आया 1. अच्छा, अनुष्का 1 आया. चलो ठीक है, जरा हम लोग इसको सॉल्व करके देखते हैं, ठीक है ना. पिछला ही क्वेश्चन है, डायग्राम तो बनाने को मतलब नहीं बनता है. तो ठीक है, हम लोग सॉल्व कर लेते हैं एक बार, ठीक है. तो वही फॉर्मूला, सेम फॉर्मूला. व्हाट इज बी यू लेट है, म्यू नॉट बाई 4 पाई लिखोगे यहाँ पे. और क्या लिखोगे, वही मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट. मैं उसके म्यू बोलता हूँ, म्यू बोलते हैं, मैं तो म्यू बोलता हूँ. मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट, चलो म्यू लिख देते हैं इसको. म्यू, ये हो जाएगा मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट म्यू बाई क्या, एक्स क्यूब. ऐसा लिख दिया, सिंपल. और तो 10⁻7 होता है, 10 to the power -7 हो जाता है ये, तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा. सो व्हाट दे हैव ऑलरेडी गिवन, क्या मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज ऑलरेडी गिवन टू यू, राइट दैट वैल्यू है 4 × 10 to the power -5. ठीक है यार, ये हो गया. मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट तुम्हें कैलकुलेट करना है. रेडियस ऑफ द अर्थ इज गिवन एज व्हाट, 6.4 द क्यूब इनटू व्हाट, इनटू यू हैव हियर 10 to the power of 6 का क्यूब, 10 to the power 18. तो क्या हो गया देखो जरा यहाँ पे, व्हाट इज म्यू यू आर गेटिंग नाउ, म्यू इज 4 × 10 to the power -5, ये हो गया, इनटू 6.4 द क्यूब, ऐसे हो गया, ठीक है ना, इनटू 10 to the power of 18 हो गया यहाँ पे, डिवाइड बाय क्या हो गया यहाँ पे, 10 to the power -7. सही बात है. तो जितना 10 का पावर दिख रहा है पहले उसको सॉल्व कर ही लेते हैं हम लोग, ठीक है ना. सो व्हाट विल हैपन हियर, सी व्हेन यू क्लब दीस टू यू विल गेट 10 to the power of 2, और यहाँ पे क्लब को 10 to the power 20. इसलिए मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स हैव आंसर्ड ऑप्शन नंबर 1, जो कि गलत है. बिकॉज साइंटिफिक नोटेशन आई टोल्ड यू द अदर पार्ट शुड बी लाइंग फ्रॉम 1 to 10. ठीक है ना, आपने सीधे इसको कर दिया, ये गलत हो गया आंसर. नाउ लेट्स सी हियर, because this the number that you write here, it should be what, a number from 1 to 10. So 1 into what you have is 6.4 the cube. So when you calculate this, what will happen, you will get here what, 64 into 64 into 64. Thrice you have to multiply here, okay, and then that also you have to multiply with 4. ठीक है ना, देखो करके देखो, 64 स्क्वायर करके देखो कितना आ रहा है, 64 into 64, 16 कैसे हासिल है, 24 से 25, 24 से 25. So you will get here what, 6 you will get here, then you will get 9, then you will get 7, then you will get 2. ठीक है ना. Again you will multiply with what, again you will multiply with 64. तो ये तो पक्का हो गया कि ये सब तो ऑप्शन नहीं होगा, और ये भी ऑप्शन नहीं हो तो ऑप्शन तो ये होने वाला. आप कैलकुलेट करके देखना, ठीक है ना, और फिर पॉइंट को शिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा, आपको ये आंसर आ जाएगा. देख रहा है नंबर बड़ा हो रहा है ना, लेट्स से इसी को कन्वर्ट करना है 2 पॉइंट में. So what will happen, I have to add 3 more zeros here, right? So if I have to add 3 more zeros, right, obviously in that case what will happen, आपका नंबर और पीछे चला जाएगा, तो ऐसे करके आपका हो जाएगा। ठीक है, समझ गया? तो आंसर क्या होगा, ये होगा, ये नहीं होगा। Because let's say if you're getting something like this 2.79, so you are getting 2796 like this, but you want 2 point na, so 10 to the power minus 3 you have to multiply here then. So basically you are dividing and you are multiplying 10 to the power 3 से divide करो, multiply करो, तो multiply 10 to 23 it will become, the answer will be this, because you have to convert your final answer in terms scientific notation. समझ में आ रहा है ना, बात समझ आ रहा है ना? ऐसे यही औकात है, यही औकात है इस सब एग्जाम्स का, और कुछ नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है। थर्ड ग्रेड एग्जाम होते हैं सारे, सब सबको बेवकूफ़ बनाते हैं लोग, बस आपको बेवकूफ़ नहीं बनना है बस। ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। यू वांट यू कैन टेक द स्क्रीनशॉट है, सर मैं बहुत ही गंदा कर दिया, बट यू वांट यू कैन टेक द स्क्रीनशॉट। चलो नेक्स्ट देखते हैं हम लोग। सो सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन। एक सेकंड यार, एक ये वाला है सब लोकेशन, ठीक है, 4 क्वेश्चन बचा है। चलो एक 2 करते हैं, जो बचा हुआ है कल करेंगे यार, एक 2 कर लेते हैं और कम से कम। चलो इसको कर लेते हैं। So I left 2 questions in the first sheet, now 2-3 questions. I'll cover everything in the last session, don't worry. Again a very easy question, बहुत ही आसान क्वेश्चन, यही हिंट है इस क्वेश्चन के। If you ask me hint ना, तो यही हिंट दूंगा मैं। A short bar magnet is placed in a magnetic meridian, ठीक है यार, of Earth with north pole pointing to north. Neutral points are found at a distance of 30 centimeter. Magnet on the east-west line, ठीक है यार। Then they're asking, क्या बोलते हैं लोग, कुछ बोल रहे हैं, the magnetic moment of the magnet is close to. अरे ये भी वही क्वेश्चन है मेरे भाई, कंफ्यूज क्यों हो रहे हो? पिछला क्वेश्चन ही दिया हुआ है, सेम क्वेश्चन को रिपीट कर रहे हैं लोग, देखो कैसे। प्लीज हियर, दिस इज योर नॉर्थ पोल, दिस इज योर साउथ पोल, दिस इज योर ईस्ट, दिस इज योर वेस्ट। आई टोल्ड यू व्हाइल सॉल्विंग क्वेश्चन, स्ट्रेट नॉर्थ पोल साउथ पोल लेना, कोई 11.2 डिग्री को भूल जाना, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, आंसर सही आता है आपका। दे आर गिविंग, दे आर टेलिंग यू आर गेटिंग, you have a बार मैग्नेट है आपका, ऐसा बार मैग्नेट है, ठीक है ना। So you have your north, here you have south. So obviously this will give field lines like this. यहाँ पे field lines ऐसे वापस आएगा. So now you're getting 0 है, neutral. Neutral, how will get neutral? Because the Earth's magnetic field will be in this direction. So what is this? This is basically horizontal now. We know that at this point the net magnetic field is always horizontal. This value is already given to you here. What is the value here? B is given as 3.6 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. This value is given to you. Now this is given 30 centimeter. अब क्या चाहिए यार? You know at the equatorial point how we calculate? You calculate is like this ना, mu naught by 4 pi into what? Whatever magnetic moment you have here, जो भी magnetic moment है उसको लिख दो यहाँ पे, कितना magnetic moment है वही निकालना है। क्या निकालना है इधर? The magnetic moment only of the magnet. So let's say उसको mu लिख दो, unknown, that is unknown. 30 centimeter convert कर लो मीटर में, 10 to the power minus 2 the whole cube. This is equals to what? This is equals to this magnetic field 3.6 into 10 to the power of minus 5. इसको solve करना, you will get the answer for the question. समझ में आ गया? Hope it's clear to all of you. A very simple question here. Now you know the meaning of neutral points. Neutral points can exist very clearly. By the way, it can exist every point, but then at the equator and at the poles, it becomes very common here. बात समझ रहे सबको? डाउट है किसी को पूछ लो यार। I'm not completing this question. The answer will come out to 9.7 if you solve. आप लोग क्लास के बाद सॉल्व करके देखना, आंसर will come out to be 9.7. ठीक है ना? चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखो। अगेन ये नहीं, तो अच्छा क्वेश्चन हो गया, सॉरी, इसको मैं डिस्कस करूंगा बाद में यार, ये भी अच्छा है। चलो 2-3 क्वेश्चन मैं अगले क्लास में अच्छा डिस्कस करता हूँ, ठीक है। आज के लिए इतना ही छोड़ता हूँ, ठीक है। आई डिस्कस द रिमेनिंग नेक्स्ट क्लास। आप रिवाइज कर लेना, कल मैं मैग्नेटिक प्रॉपर्टीज कर लूँगा, कल चैप्टर खत्म हो जाएगा। देन आई विल टेक वन सेशन वेयर आई विल रिव्यू ऑल द थिंग्स एंड देन आफ्टर दैट आई विल कंप्लीट दिस, क्या कहते हैं उसको यार, तुम्हारा वो EM वेव्स इन डिटेल। ये 2 क्लास में खत्म हो जाएगा, दिस विल कंप्लीट एवरीथिंग ऑफ बुक 1, ठीक है। चलो सी यू टुमारो एट 9 o'clock। आज के लिए इतना ही।